This is two-dimensional. This is three-dimensional. In essence, it's not really. This is still two-dimensional, but it's a perspective view. So you can see three dimensions. This is what you really want to get. This here is just one layer. So then you've got to take all that software and go to another step. Okay? Most of your companies, including this one, XYZ, will have, we'll put it on a computer next week. I have it on a computer at home, but not on the laptop. You download their program, and their program will be called Slicing Program. SL, like a slice. It's going to take this thing, it's going to slice it in parts. And this is, you're not going to learn it, but this is where the complicating part comes in. Okay. It prints everything for whatever reason, and this all has to do with geometry and mathematics. So everything in these little, what? Little tiny triangles. Okay, so it turns everything into that. So even a circle will become little triangles. Okay. And then this machine has to go in there and slice it up into hundreds of little parts. Or if it's this high and you've set it for, you know, a certain millimeter, whatever, it's got to put it in slices. And then once it's in that slice, then it's ready to be printed out. Okay. Any questions so far? This is one of the things that I learned out of that book and in high school is how to make a star. You have different kind of stars, right? Star of David and so on. So anyway, first thing that when you get into practicing any of this is a triangle. So there's your star. Okay. And again, it made it in that type of mindset. Okay. I didn't draw a star. I made it from certain things. So when you move into this world here, they will have in your program what they call, I think it's native, but anyway, they'll have this, and they'll have tubes, and then you take all these and you blend them together. Because again, it's got to be three-dimensional. Right. So if you want like that constellation here, when it comes out, this is going to have to be, that lake is going to have to be round, the tube, right? So you make the tube, and then you can subtract from the tube whatever you want, or you can add it to the tube. Just like I showed you with this part here, you can make one and then add it to the other, add it here. In that case there, what I'm going to have to do probably is to make the part that goes around the tripod lake and these separate, and then group them together. And you might actually have, if you're making something relatively complicated, let's say a gear, you might have 10, 20 groupings. The teeth will be here, you'll have something here, outer diameter, and then you might have to have 2 or 3 different kinds of teeth, for example. So you make them individually, then you start putting them together. But that allows you, when you get down the line, to take a gear out, right, and change it and put it back in. Whereas if you make it there, you're drawing, like when you draw, then anytime you change anything, everything's going to get big and small. You might want that, but in some cases you don't. Okay. If there's anything else here. The other part of this here, and we went over this in some of the other classes, this is a ribbon cable. So most of us have never used them, but they're really a pain in the neck. They're not hardy, they're not sturdy, and so on. But for whatever reason, in a lot of microelectronics today, they're using them. So You're gonna have to learn to work with ribbon cables if you move into this world. Most of these, you're not gonna have to touch if you buy the printer like this. But you can buy printers, if you go on Amazon, you can buy printers, kits. Done just like we put together the microcomputer yesterday, or the robot last Sunday. They come in kits. And then what I do is I get teams to come in to learn how to put the kits together. Roy takes a video. Then we put it up on the internet, so. Okay, no questions yet?